All right, so let's take a look at the new dietary plan. In the morning, I will have one of these, which is a liter of coconut water. I will have 6 eggs. I will have 2 tablespoons of butter to cook those eggs. Rice, green beans are going to be my carbohydrate source. And the rice I'm going to eat going into a training session, but never carbs after a training session. After a training session, it's only going to be these things here. Green beans, fish, I have 3 different types. I have whitefish, swordfish, and tuna. This is all for the week. After let's see, what is it? Sunday is going to be my mock meet day where I squat, bench, and deadlift. After the training session, I'll always have beef, but during the week, I'm going to have fish because I found that fish helps me lean out very, very fast, and it doesn't make me lose muscle. I lost a lot of weight going into this last meet, 24 pounds going into the last meet, and fish I think is the way for me to go because I didn't lose any strength. So that seems to have preserved my muscle really well. The scallops, this is just something I'm doing for the week. I'm going to have a box of these. This is like 30 grams of fat and 6 grams of carbs. So, and 48 grams of protein in this whole box of scallops. So this is just something a little bit of fun. Got a little bacon wrapped around there. But here I've got, for the week, I take a big handful of these, throw it in the water, and I'm good. That's going to be what goes with my fish. And my cooking oil is going to be the extra virgin olive oil because I like to toss these in a little bit of cold oil. After these are hot and everything, I just toss them in a little bit of cold oil, and so I don't denature and damage this beautiful oil right there. And that is so far how I have learned to eat over the last 5 years of weightlifting. This seems to be giving me what I need all throughout the day. Very hard to overeat on this stuff. Now it's just a matter of me remaining disciplined and dropping the next 25 pounds going into the December 7th meet. Also, I forgot to mention that I'll be eating sweet potatoes before training. So it's all coming together. So sorry about the little, piecemealing of the nutritional aspect of the video, but yeah, I can't leave out the sweet potatoes and the yams. So here's the sweet potatoes, got the very orange skin, and the yam has got the white skin. This has got more sugar than the sweet potato. But if you bake sweet potatoes, and you can look it up, go to Google, if you steam sweet potatoes or boil them, yams or sweet potatoes, it has less sugar. The sugar content is less than if you bake them. Because if you bake them, you get rid of water and you are caramelizing the sugar. Not sure exactly how that works, but you get more sugar out of a sweet potato if you bake it than if you steam it or boil it. Okay, now let's talk about what's coming down the road. And one last thing I neglected to mention was that I eat a tablespoon of this every day. This is pure diatomaceous earth, amorphous silica, food grade, 2-pound bag. I take a tablespoon of this in about a liter of water every day. This will definitely keep your gut clean, emptied, and firing off regularly. This is, if you haven't tried silica, you definitely need to give it a shot. It will, let's just say, take 10 pounds off you super, super fast. Okay? It'll empty your gut out. Yeah, stuff is magic. All right. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so I've had about a half a gallon of coconut water today. It's 2 p.m. and I'd say the big meal that I had yesterday, which was pretty salty, still in me. So let's just say I'm around 272 right now. Okay, let's get to the video. Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a while since I posted an opinion video or a talking video. And I want to say first that it's been a while. Thank you all to the new viewers. Thank you all for, thank you to the veteran viewers. Thank you all for staying with me, giving me all the encouragement. You know who you are out there. Thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. That meant a lot to me. That really, really got me through training, to know that people were watching, to know that people were rooting for me. So I can't thank you enough out there for doing that. If you haven't been liking, if you haven't been giving hitting the notification bell, please do so. That would be a really nice thing to do for the channel to help it grow. That being said, we got a few things to talk about today. Let's just begin at saying that for this last meet, I lost 25 pounds going into it. I bulked up to around 290, but had to make weight at 265, so I had to drop weight fast. Definitely got myself under the gun. But here is my goal for the next meet. Okay, I have 8 weeks until the next meet starting today. And as you see, I'm weighing around 270 right now. I need to get to 245. That's a personal goal. As long as I'm under 265, I'll still be able to compete. But I want to do this 245 pound goal on the morning of the meet because I have a new dietary plan. I have a new nutritional plan that is going to, I believe, help me do what I've always wanted to begin to learn how to do. And this is the very test of it. It's going to require self-discipline like a mother. Anyway, it's going to require me to really be disciplined and not screw up at all. Because as you get lighter as a power lifter, you're in danger of missing lifts in the gym because the body weight takes muscle with you. And when you're dropping weight like that and the weight's going up, it gets really, really tough to hit your numbers. But I think I've learned something very, very important. So my goal is to go from 270 to 245 in 8 weeks. As a snake dieter, you know that's possible. As powerlifting, throw powerlifting in the mix, you know that's possible. But I'm going to eat approximately 1.5 pounds of beef. When I eat beef, I'm going to or 1.5 pounds of fish when I eat fish. And as far as carbs, my carbs will be 1.5 cups of dry rice before I start cooking it. And for sweet potatoes, I'll eat 2 sweet potatoes before each training session. The carbs will always be eaten right before training and never after. And on days off from the gym, I'll eat no carbs at all except for green beans. Now, this should help me drop weight slowly. And about 14 days out from the meet, about 2 weeks out from the meet, if I'm disciplined, according to my new nutritional plan, I'll know exactly what I need to do. I'll know exactly how to manipulate the diet to make that 245 pound mark. It may require a day or two of fasting or something, but I will be 245 on the morning of the meet. And I've learned that for me to drop weight slowly going into a meet is the best way, because I don't, losing weight rapidly too fast as a power lifter can really, really mess up your numbers and be a negative thing. So for me, as I've gone along, as I've been learning throughout, the last 4 or 5 years on how to eat and do this incredibly awesome sport, that it's best for me to gradually drop weight, because that's what I did in the last meet. I gradually dropped weight, made weight, just barely made weight, and I had the meet of a lifetime. But here's what I learned overall, which is the greatest thing that I could ever have learned as far as training, as far as carbohydrates, as far as fat and protein. Okay, here's where I need you guys to listen up. I didn't eat fat before the powerlifting meet. Normally, I would have gone to the Coney Island and eaten bacon and sausage and pancakes and butter and gotten a lot of fat in me, a lot of sugar in me, a lot of fuel, right? That is not the approach that I took going into this meet. And I actually broke one of the golden rules of powerlifting going into this meet, which was never do something new as far as you're eating on the morning of the meet. You don't know how it's going to upset your stomach, or if it'll upset your stomach. And I'm telling you, the last thing you want to be worrying about is running back and forth to the bathroom at a powerlifting meet as a competitor. You do not want that. You want to just be able to hit your lifts, sit down, rest, and hit your lifts when it comes time. You don't want to be having to go to the restroom and take clothes off and put them back on and run back and forth and warm. You don't want that. But I had to try this out because it sounded so logical, sounded so perfect, right? And here's what it is. If you have fat in your blood mixing in with the sugar, you don't get the optimal effect from the sugar. Your blood is sluggish and slow and weighed down by the fat. It prevents that sugar from getting into the cell, right? From getting into that cell and making all that ATP, making all that energy, flooding your muscles with all that sugar, all that potential energy, right? And I ate nothing but on the morning of the meet. I weighed in and immediately I ate 4 Pop-Tarts, 6 sugar cookies. I drank probably a quarter of a gallon of V8 and a liter of coconut water. That's what I ate going into the first attempts of the day for the powerlifting meet, and it upset my stomach maybe about 10 minutes after I ate it all. It upset my stomach one time, and then the rest of the day I was perfectly good. Now that was because I was about 24 hours before the meet I stopped eating, so I was on an empty stomach, and introducing in all that sugar and salt kind of gave me a little bit of an upset stomach, but it worked, as you guys can see, and I'll put the link, and I've put the link to the meet in the description box below, that I had the best meet that I've ever had in my life. It was, I lost 25 pounds going into it. I got 9 out of 9 lifts, all new personal bests, and my body performed excellently. I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything better. So I learned that rule about fat. I'll never eat fat before I train ever again. I'm only going to eat sugar before I train. And I ate white sugar, processed sugar. That was the super rapid, super explosive sugar that I needed for the powerlifting meet. Now, in my dietary plan, there is no white sugar. There is no white sugar allowed. I'm going to have white rice. I'm going to have, because I know that works well, I'm going to have sweet potatoes, and I'm going to have green beans. So, that's the first thing I learned. Sugar before you train, no sugar afterwards, only protein and only green beans after I train. Now, the protein source turned out to be, the protein source that I chose going into the meet turned out to be the best thing for the meet, which was, for me, 3 weeks out from the meet, I stopped eating red meat altogether, and I only ate fish, because that way I got nothing but pure protein, super low fat to non-existent fat, just maybe a little olive oil on the top, and green beans, right? So not losing strength as my body fat went down was the goal. I turned to fish because it's high protein, low fat, and I wanted my body to eat up the body fat, not the fat in the food. So I kept butter and EVOO to a minimum. I was under the gun 3 weeks out. I had to lose 25 pounds because I had been bulking for 3 weeks to grow muscle and to not fail any lifts in the gym. but you cannot fail to make weight. So I gave up shaved beef and eggs, and I chose fish because, as I learned through snake dieting, you keep carbs non-existent to avoid insulin in the blood, because insulin shuts off fat-burning hormones. Don't eat fat on a refeed, so the body keeps burning fat as fuel and not muscle. And don't eat excess carbs on a refeed, because you want to stay in ketosis. And if you do come out of ketosis, you only want it to be for half a day or a day max. This will lean you out fast, doing 3 to 5 day fasts. And as you all know, if you do longer fast, from 3 to 5 days, the fat loss just keeps getting exponentially larger. If you do cardio and resistance training, and if you do cardio and powerlifting, you will drop massive amounts of body fat fast under these protocols. Now, lastly, I wrote down how my eating is going to go coming into this 8-week training cycle, which begins on Friday of this week. So, here's what the week looks like beginning on Friday. Up until Friday, I'm going to eat according to this plan, but I'm just going to begin on Friday. This is what the next 8 weeks look like going into this meet. I need to drop 45, so I need to drop 25 more pounds and not lose any muscle and keep all my strength, so I can hit all my numbers that I did the last meet, if not better, on this meet. And I've got a great training program coming on the way. I'm ready to go right now. But anyway, okay, so here's the diet. Friday, pre-workout meal is rice, coconut water, and V8 juice, because the salt in that V8, man, you feel it's like you just get charged up electrically. After, the post meal is shaved beef and green beans. Now, I choose shaved beef on Friday because Friday is squat, bench, and deadlift. And I want good old-fashioned beef coming in to help me recover from that. The rest of the week, I'm not eating any beef. It's back to fish. So, Saturday, my OMAD will be fish, green beans, coconut water. Sunday, pre-workout is sweet potatoes, coconut water, V8. Post-workout meal, fish, green beans. Monday, in the morning, before I go to school, I eat 6 eggs and have a liter of coconut water on the way. I eat that at 5 a.m. I fast all day at school until I get home, which is maybe around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then immediately I eat fish, green beans, and have a liter of snake juice as soon as possible. And then I fast until the next morning. Tuesday, pre-workout, sweet potatoes, coconut water, V8. Post-workout, you guessed it, fish and green beans. Wednesday and Thursday, the meal is the exact same thing for these 2 days. In the morning, I have my 6 eggs and coconut water, and in the evening, I have fish and green beans. And that's what the week looks like. So, you guys, I'm going to post my weight every Monday morning, or sometime it'll be in the morning, sometimes it'll be at night, but I'm going to post every Monday morning so we can track my weight as it goes along, so you can see how this plan hopefully will help me drop weight, gain muscle, keep my strength. And this is the actual first time ever I think I understand my body and how to get it leaner and stronger at the same time. And I'm telling you, it's been a struggle to try to learn how to do this, but I believe that this is the most solid plan that I have had up to this date. It doesn't leave me hungry. It leaves me room for a little bit of cheating if I absolutely have to have it. But I believe that this is the most solid formula right now to get that job done. Once again, it has been a pleasure making a video. Hope you guys stick with me, because I'm going to be posting a little bit more Each week outside of my training videos, I'm going to come up with a few. I always have ideas for new videos, but I've been adjusting to my new pre-student teaching routine and all the work that goes along with that. And so I've been a little bit tired, and I've been neglecting making videos. So I apologize for that, but I've always put up the training videos, so we can always stay in contact that way. And I will see you guys for more videos like this, plus training videos down the road. Again, thank you all to the viewers, new viewers, old viewers. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the notification bell so we can keep this channel growing, because good things are coming. They're coming on the way, and today is the beginning of this new era of the Snake Diet channel and of this Snake Diet Larry's Powerlifting channel. And once again, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.